Welcome back, Zumo here. I wanted to make a quick video on the roll coats powder coating system. It's the new. I just recently purchased the RC-2. This is a new system for me. I've never um, used one like this before. The one I have is the Eastwood dual voltage system. I had the original Eastwood first. That was the one I started with. It still works, but I don't use it anymore. I find it to be a little bit inconsistent as far as when the powder comes out. Um, and I had some fair day issues with it when you try to powder coat, those corners and some of those spots where the metal comes together and the grounding, I guess, doesn't um, ground too well. Um, I never used the in-ground ground. I always just used the clamp that came with it and clip it onto the metal, and used it that way. But then I upgraded to the dual voltage system, which I got with my oven when I bought my powder coat oven from my neighbor down the street. He bought that dual voltage system. That's what he used to powder, and he had pretty good luck with it. He powder coated a few frames for me before I got the oven from him because I had a small regular house oven. I was doing small bicycle parts. Here's my old setup, or my current setup, which is the dual voltage system. As you can see, it's pretty well used. I've got the air adjustment on the side, and I've got a filter, moisture filter on the bottom of there. It gets used. It's worked pretty well for me. I've had it mounted on the side of this box, and have used it quite a bit. Like I said, it's worked pretty good for me for the time I've had it, but it's been inconsistent. Here's my original one. I used it quite a bit too. I guess this is the single voltage system. It was also mounted on top of this box. I used it for a couple of years. I think when I first started, this is what got me into powder coating, and it worked for a little while. But like I said, I think it's time. It was time for an upgrade. But he gave me that system, and I used it, and have been using it. Everything I powdered, like this bike behind me, that's what I used to powder that with, and it works, but it's got some quirks to it that you have to manipulate it to get it to work right. So like I said, it works, but I wanted to see if there's something better out there. So like most of you folks that are probably powder coating on your own, you checked out some things. So I did some Google searching and found the Royal Coat powder coating system. I know there's different versions. I bought I guess the most current version, which is the RC-2, and this is what comes with. Packaged real well. It was packed in a bigger box than this. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I just opened it to look at it. But it came in a larger box with some stuffing or paper packaging on the outside of it, and was packed pretty good. So still learning the system. I have been watching some videos on it. So it comes with some airline, and then of course here's your power cable for your control box, and then we've got the top to the powder coat bottle. Shows where the airline goes in and all that good stuff. Some of the attachments looks like some new the grounding wire, and then some the nose tips, some of the spreaders for the tips. So those would be kind of cool to check out and try out. And then the cup, and it's got some foam in here where everything goes in. It looks pretty cool. So it's packed really well. I'd almost want to keep it in this box after I get done with it. And I'm gonna try to take better care of this one than I have my other ones, because my other ones are pretty dusty. So it's so well I can barely get it out. So here's the hopper cup, I guess is what you call it. I learn how to do a lot of things without learning the proper names for things. So I call things thingamajig, you know, this little doohickey, stuff like that, until I actually learn the names. And then here's the gun, and it already feels pretty good. Um, looks like, yeah, you can slide these tips in and out. Feels pretty good. I'm going to more than likely watch a few more videos before I actually try to use it, but I'm excited. And then the last piece that it comes with is the actual control box. Oh, look, if you pay attention, you can pull the top out and make things easier to pull out. Let that sucker fall apart. So here's the control box, and this is what I thought was interesting. This is pretty cool. I bet you he probably goes to the top of this too. But on the back, you got power, you got your ground hookup, you got your air line in, which is I can hook right up to this. Then I have my air line out, which I guess goes into this airline and then up into the hopper. And then the hookup for the gun. So it's got that 5-pin connection, and I'm sure you guys out there know what that connection is called, but I don't. And then here's the power outlet. But on the front, it looks like you can adjust your air, which is good because I think his previous model didn't have the air adjustment on there. And then you can make your adjustments here, which I forget what these are called, but it's your voltage adjustment, and I think your amps adjustment. And with that, I guess you just kind of play with it to see what works for you when you're powder coating. So all in all, it looks like a pretty good system. This is just like an unboxing video. I'm not actually going to use it, but I did want to pull it out to kind of show you what comes with it. It does look like it's a pretty good system for what I paid. I looked at the Eastwood system that comes with a big hopper and all that, but I kind of read some reviews on it and watched a few videos, and it didn't give me the confidence that it would be a good upgrade from what I was already using. I felt like that it had the same issues that what I'm already using is having. And the only problem I have with the current setup is just having to shake the powder all the time to get it to come out evenly when you use those metallic colors, and then just the inconsistency with the air pressure. I have an adjustment nozzle on mine, but I just wouldn't. I think it's just old. It just needs to be replaced, and I didn't want to buy another one of those, even though they are cheap. And I have made it work. I've done a lot of good stuff with that system. Like I said, I did this bike. My next project is going to be the engine for this bike, which is probably the first thing I'll be using the Royal Coats setup on, which is going to be for this engine. I am going to remove all the covers, the brackets. I'm going to clean the engine real good, scrub it, get all the grease and grime off of it, and then try to fix this air filter, get it nice looking. But this is going to be the first thing I powder coat with this, and I'm going to powder coat the full start cover, tank, and this bracket and the cap probably. So we'll see how that turns out. It's going to be like a cream or white color, probably a cream color. And then the engine depends on how it cleans up. I mean, there's a lot of covers on it. I may just scuff it up and paint it silver, or try to match that. I'm not sure. I'm not going to rebuild the engine on this one because it's still in good shape. But that's it. Thanks for watching.